What's up, everyone? I'll be doing another ranked video analysis. This is goal two, and I'll focus less on the rotation aspect of this game and more so on the team fights. There's like two or three good team fights where there's a lot to break down and kind of learn from. So stay tuned. We'll just get this started. So I'm Jump Master here, and I like landing at that spot I pinged. There's I've had good success there essentially.
Reckon we plan this puppy there.
I hear ya.
Bombs away.
So as we're flying in, I'm kind of just trying to get us there quickly. I noticed that there's a squad potentially going over to the loot area over here, and we might be alone. Okay, so this initial part, nothing really happens, so I'll just kind of loot. The notable things that happen here is that I don't ping the beacon, which I should have, and I kind of expect the Bloodhound to, but if you watch my other video, I kind of emphasize how important getting a good beacon scan is. So I should have done that, but aside from that, just standard looting, nothing crazy goes on. And as we sit here and loot and get ready for rotations, a bunch of squads die, which is really good for us. So I'll fast forward through this. So before the first round even closes, 12 squads are left, so 8 teams have died. Half the lobby's essentially gone, and we've done nothing aside from land at our POI and try to build up for the rotation. And because I was looking around when we were dropping in, I know there's a squad up north to us, which I kind of want to look towards, maybe third partying or checking out at least.
Gonna watch there.
And I'll let my team know that.
Head that way, eh?
I try to ping the beacon, but it's, at this point it's a lost cause.
Lucky me.
I debate going back and pinging the beacon, but I end up deciding against it because I hear the fighting. So, I ping that I want to attack there, but then I don't commit, so I just cancel it. Just because my team's kind of looting this way. Alright, and it looks like my squad's now hearing the gunshots and wants to go check that out, so I'm gonna go with them. I spot them over there.
Spotted an enemy.
So here, I actually think about using my fusel once I get a little bit closer, but I haven't had very great success with, kind of initiating with the fusel from this distance, especially since we can't quickly follow up on it, and we don't really know what's going on at all. So I kind of just check it out. My teammate's pushing up, so I start going with them. Alright, so they scan here, and we see 2 full squads, 6 people. They're a good amount closer than I am, so I'm gonna try to get there as soon as I can. And I ping that I'm gonna go up the stairs, right? I kind of want to get height and check out what's going on. Height isn't the best for this fight, just because of where they are. They're like on the backside underneath. Getting up on the ceiling doesn't really help me very much. But I kind of just walk forward, ping where I'm thinking of going, but I see that my teammate's fighting, so I come in to support him. I don't see anyone actually shoot there. My loadout this round is a 30-30 in a car. The 30-30, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes I love it, and I'm just hitting all my shots, hitting headshots, and it's awesome. But then sometimes I miss a lot, and I feel like I'm very ineffective with it. So I'm kind of playing around with that. let's back up here for a second. Okay, so my teammate hit some shots there, knocked someone. I go up to the ceiling or to the roof with my teammate, and I go for this box just to see if it has a purple shield, which would be a pretty good upgrade, but it doesn't. So snag some ammo. All right, so here, you know, I see that someone's down. It looks like someone's getting revived here, and you know, there's just this is like a perfect cleanup situation. So the mistake I make here is probably that I'm over eager to get in on the action. So here, I just drop down. I'll play it just so you see what happens here. All right, so my teammate knocked someone back here, and then me and the other teammate cleaned up the squad that was weak here. So yeah, so my teammate pings that there's someone over here that he's fighting, which I kind of ignore because I'm focused on this team here. The better move I think that I should have done here is, you know, it's fine being on height and not being on the ground with my teammate, but instead of just dropping, uh, down this way, you know, I think the better move would be keep going this way and sliding off that way, just because you know, if you look at how we're positioned here, my teammate and I are both staring in the same direction, so we're both, you know, looking this way and then just aiming this way. You know, I got that angle, my teammate has this angle. Whereas if I had slid up this way on the map, I would have been somewhere over here and I'd have this angle here. So now we have that side angle and then my teammate from this angle, which, you know, this was fine. They were weak and I kind of just was anxiously ready to get in there and get some RP. But I think the better move, and honestly, without even changing much, the better move would definitely be, in my opinion, to just keep walking forward and slide down, you know, this way. And it doesn't really change much, maybe a split second before I get in on the action, but, you know, I could have probably cleaned that fight up without even getting shot. Now, I do a fine job kind of ducking and dodging with the Seer, but could have been a lot cleaner. And, you know, say my teammate doesn't win the fight in the back over here, I'm readily available to clean that up with him too. So overall, you know, not a bad third party. Could have been a little bit better, but you know, we'll take it. So there's 7 squads left, and the first ring is closing. Obviously, a lot of teams have fought, and a lot of them have died. So at this point, you know, it's kind of focusing on the rotation, and I'm looting what I can here. I'm watching that way to see if anyone's here, but essentially we just want to get to the circle. I dropped for the box. It was my first game of the day. And my teammates do a great job of pinging loot here. That's one tip, you know. That's one tip that I always recommend is always ping loot. Even if you see that little waving person, just hit it. You might think it's annoying or whatever, but definitely do it as much as you can. You never know when, you know, that sight or that extra ammo will win a fight for you. So in the next minute or so, I kind of try to decide what the best rotation is. I initially kind of want to go this way and get over here. But you know, my teammates are over here, and what we end up doing is, just because I'm going to fast forward, we come out here and then go out this way. You know, at a certain point, I think maybe over here, I think about going this longer way. But with the time at that point and kind of just the situation, I end up trying to ping this route here is the best one. So yeah, I'll just fast forward through here, and then we'll get to the fun parts. And it's like that, you know, is the route I have mine. South of California, but I don't go this way. Everything, they want to do, and they go this. Everything goes this way. So there, my teammate pings that he wants to go there, and that's what I wanted to do originally. So we go for it.
Honor is in the challenge, pride in the victory.
So we have a lot of options here for the route to take. You know, we could rotate south. You know, obviously everyone kind of knows that this place can be a bit of a mess, so people tend to avoid it, which I do too. But you know, it's sometimes okay to rotate here. You can take the zips through here and kind of move quickly, inside and outside the building. There's a beacon here, which is definitely worth, uh, definitely might be worth trying to get. However, we kind of end up going this route, and that's the route I kind of want to go just because originally, you know, if I wanted to go this way, swing through here, see if maybe we can get some replicator stuff, try to loot or something, and then head up this way. I like to rotate kind of around the edge of the map just because I feel safer. It's not necessarily any safer, but it just feels safer to me. And I mean, in some cases it is, right? If we go through here, we're dead center of the circle and can be surrounded very quickly. Although there's not a lot of teams, so you know, just kind of a little bit of my thinking as we fast forward through here. Also, I should have healed this up a long time ago. I don't know what I was thinking here. So this is when I think of trying to rotate this way. But with the time constraint and where my team is, it's not the best rotation, so I ended up just kind of backing up off of that.
Reckon we should go
I realized it there.
Yes. 1 minute remains. Heading is
Healing. Give me a sec.
Also, it's fine that my teammates are looting. You know, I don't really mind, and I'm kind of broken off from them. But at this point, with what we have and the access to the boxes that we had, we should be pretty okay with the loot and should be prioritizing getting a circle and finding a good place to defend or attack. And I hear footsteps there, so let them know and back up quickly.
Let's move.
Try to get some high ground in case they were rotating this way,
Keeping me people focused over
and let my
here.
team know I'm watching. So the Bloodhound does spot who we heard earlier.
We should continue there.
Check it out. Hell yeah.
Someone traveled through here. Contact with hostile.
Open supply bin over there.
Traveled through here.
All right, so my teammate just flies in, which is fine, and I'll let the whole fight play out before I go back and break it down a bit.
Open supply bin over there. Hold on to your gun. Here comes the old knuckle clucker. Enemy shield. Reload.
And he gets away.
Reloading.
All right, so let's go back and break this down a little bit. So I fuse ult. It's a bit of a panic ult, but not really. I like to use it pretty frequently, and I feel like it's better to use it than not use it. And I actually don't intend on taking this jump pad, which I have a terrible time with jump pads, in in this area in this game, as you'll see here in a second. But I hop in there. I see the marker that I'm turning someone, and I go a knuckle cluster for good measure. So here, you know, I briefly saw an enemy, so I'm looking to fight whoever that was. And they're thirsting my teammate. which at this point, you know, for my enemy, that's fine. They're trying to get some RP guaranteed, but especially if there's just the one knock, I don't recommend trying to thirst someone without knowing what's going on and if it's not necessarily totally safe. So it works out in my favor here. So my other teammate gets knocked here, and there's only one enemy down. I get kind of nervous, so I just try to thirst this. And I know I said that it's probably not the best thing to do, but just like the Horizon, I was trying to get some guaranteed RP in case I died. Someone kamikazed into my fuse ult here, which it's kind of why I like to use my fuse ult. It just takes up a lot of space, and in chaotic fights like this, it can really turn the tide. So I know cluster that area and try to figure out what's going on. And I hear gunshots here. So it's a 1v1. I'm full HP, so I feel pretty confident. And I get a good chunk of damage on them, so I want to chase. Unfortunately, I missed those follow-up shots, but that's fine. All right, so at this point, I want to reset as quickly as possible. There's 6 squads left. The circle is shrinking, and teams can be rotating this way or this way. And the best thing, in my opinion, here, which I realize in the moment and thankfully do, is just try to reset everything. So I revived the Octane, and while this was going on, someone killed the Octane I was chasing because I got the bleed out thing. So I grab his banner. My teammate actually lets me know here that he has a mobile in his box, but just the situation, I don't know where anyone's at. Someone shot from over here and killed that Octane. I just, as quickly as possible, want to reset. I don't want to wait for the mobile to drop down and then the whole revive animation and whatnot. This wasn't the best position to revive here, just because there's a clear line of sight. I let my team know I'm watching that area.
It was not my time.
I need light ammo.
Shield battery here.
Mobile respawn beacon right here.
Light ammo here.
So I'm just trying to scout here, and I see the
We ought to go here.
a rev ult flash.
Someone wandered
My
in
teammate does
here.
too, so he pings. All right, so a couple things to go over here, but I'll let it play out initially.
Launching me knuckle cluster. Oi, go here.
Okay, so let's wind that back. All right, so one, we send someone back there, right? We delete one person, the other one's damaged, and they're cut off with a knuckle cluster. And then the rev also gets sent back. So instead of backing up to bat, I think it was actually a pretty big mistake. If looking back at it, is I should have pushed the other side of the building and looked over. We know there's somewhere over here and maybe behind this wall or wherever, but I back up and I ping that I'm backing up, but my teammate follows me. So now we've given up all this space in an easily defendable position in that building, just for me to bat. I was kind of nervous. There's a lot going on. I don't really know where anyone's at. So we see them, right? So had we been on that side of the building, that enemy here would have not been able to just casually walk up with just taking one shot. If I was over here standing on this ledge and maybe someone else was behind this wall over here, we just have a way better angle in terms of being able to defend our position. And we have, shield swaps in there and whatnot. And I back up even further. So I missed a bunch of shots here, which again is fine. It's not the end of the world, but not great. And it's essentially the same fight again. We're running back. So I fuse ult again just to take up that space. My teammate goes in. He's broken here, and then I'll let it play out from here.
Reload. Took out a joker.
Contact with hostile. Making contact with enemy.
Deploying me knuckle cluster. Grenade. Being shot at. Here comes the motherload.
Okay, so I spot the Wraith here. And quickly knock her.
Reload. Took out a
So it's a 2v2 right now.
Making contact with enemy.
My teammate is spam pinging, which is annoying, but was kind of helpful in this case. And I kind of cut off
Deploying me knuckle cluster.
their push here. I wanted to scoot up here and knuckle cluster again, but this annoying tactical is taking up that space, so I kind of have to back up. I panic ult or panic shoot my my teammate here. I don't know why. I didn't see their name, I guess. And I was gonna try to get a different angle, but that's cut off. All right. So here, there's a lot of options. I know there's an enemy this direction. There's this giant wall cutting me off here, and there's an enemy here. I could have done a lot of things here, but I end up in the chaotic environment just going guns blazing, and fortunately win, but with barely any HP. So there's a lot of different ways I could have tried to fight this Revenant. I had a tactical, I have a couple of grenades, but just heat of the moment, I fortunately win the 1v1, and we kind of go from here.
Reload. Enemy down.
Taking fire!
I thirst them.
Reload.
It's safe to do so, and I feel okay with it.
Enemy kill.
I spot them here, and this is actually something I've noticed that I do a lot, is I start shooting as I'm aiming my gun down sights, right? So, I waste half my clip before I'm even aiming at my target.
Enemy kill.
So here it is again. I have 18 bullets before I'm even aiming at the enemy here.
Check out that camp.
Cluster out.
Yo, cracked an enemy shield. Reloading.
So, as I'm healing, I'm kind of thinking, again, we've been fighting in this area of the map for what feels like forever. Not a lot of squad changes, and my teammate's still down over here. So, instead of trying to get greedy and chase that kill, I just work on resetting.
Come on, love.
Be careless of
I spot him over there. My teammate's still chasing, and I try to go help him out.
Cracked a bad new shield.
They hit a little turbo boost on the zip line, and there's no shot I'm hitting that, so again, resetting. I want to see where the ring is going to go
Knuckle cluster's firing.
and decide what to do from there.
Taking a defensive position.
Okay, so seeing the circle, my game plan is to just defend this corner here. There's not that much space out here. 4 squads, and if we have this height, which I'll get to in a second, this is a great spot to defend. This here, like no one could get in this range here without easily getting shot. I was wondering what they were shooting at, but they were just shooting at the catalyst tactical. Okay, so I've been looking at the mini map. I decided I want to defend this area.
Thanks.
4 squads left still. You know, we know someone ran that way. And that's the second time I accidentally hit the octane pad, and I can't even break it apparently. I didn't know that knuckle clusters bounced off of it.
Throwing jump pad.
So kind of just looking around. I don't really want to break it just because I don't want to make more noise.
Taking a defensive posse here.
I let my teammates know that I still want to defend this area.
Marking our surroundings.
Bloodhound's doing some scouting, but I don't feel comfortable that they're so far out. So, you know,
What
I
do you
ping
say we
again.
move here?
At this point, I feel like it's our game to lose. We have a
Open
great
supply bin
spot,
over there.
and we can safely rotate forward with those bins over here, in case we need it.
Level.
With these bins here, when the time comes.
We move here.
Mira, open supply bin over there.
Because I want to defend this area, I decided it's probably a good move to get some armor swaps.
Evo.
Unfortunately, as soon as I drop it, someone tries to snipe me. So now I'm in a rush to go grab
Mira,
Level
hold up.
5.
What do you think is over? Zip
grab a
line.
shield.
I love these things. Shots fired at me.
Bloodhound's getting shot at. I'm rushing back.
See someone out there.
Bloodhound takes the armor swap, so I know that. And I decided to just heal it up. Leave the purple out there.
Taking a defensive posse here.
Again, I ping that I want to stay here.
Rings moving and we're on the wrong side of it.
Someone else is over there.
So this is a decent angle. You know, I have cover from this, a bit of a head glitch here, and the tree's also covering us. And this guy is just out in the open. So, you know, if they'd been playing over here, this would have been harder to shoot them. But easy pickings for me, even though I'm not having a great game with the 30-30. I'm able to get some damage out on them.
Oh, I heard him. Reloading. Holding the line here.
And again, let my teammates know I want to stay here. Still looking around because at this point, you know, we know someone's out over here, so likely a full squad. And there's, you know, someone hiding. The enemy that got away from us earlier on the zip is somewhere out here probably. So they're probably just ratting, and there might be a full another squad. So, like I said, I want to defend this area. I think it's a pretty good spot. But now my teammates are out there.
Keeping watch here.
Sniper out.
I ping again. You know, I really like the spot, so I really want to stay with it. I get sniped here, so you know, instead of backing up or you know, trying to find a good place to bat, I just drop down because I know this will break their line of sight on me. And I hit an octane pad accidentally for the 3rd time this game. So, you know, I'm in the air. Just fingers crossed that I don't get sniped here. But we make it out alive.
Not all of us are inside the ring.
Almost hit the pad again, but you know,
Victory lies.
Healing. Give me a sec.
Someone down. Someone down.
managed to avoid it. All right, so sounds like my teammates want to fight over there. I don't fully commit just because I really like the spot. However, you know, we know the circle's going out here now, so the spot here is probably okay. Or just hugging, you know, anywhere around this is probably a good spot. Or even out here somewhere if I can hide behind some trees.
Enemy spotted over there.
Miami knuckle cluster. Stand back. Knuckle cluster's firing.
Marking our surroundings.
Here I'm just trying to get a better angle and maybe look around for that one rat that we know is around somewhere. Again, just missing 30-30 shots.
Well, that'd be an enemy.
Jump pad out.
Alright, so someone died. It's likely just one team in here now. So I could fully commit, which in retrospect I probably should have.
Oi.
But I'm hesitant to, just because we kind of lose position on the circle, and this last squad might have a great spot on us.
Here comes the old knuckle cut.
And here I relocated, so standing over here, kind of made a move this way, just so I have a pretty good angle to the door. I recognized earlier that I was just shooting here and not doing anything. So, I've moved myself here and have a better sight.
Reloading.
Reloading.
10, the ring closes. Reloading.
Reloading.
10, the ring closes.
I'm looking around for that other party.
Oi, go here. Deploying me knuckle cut.
All right, so I don't know where they're at. I know they're somewhere out here.
That squad is out. Final two.
My teammates finish that last person holding that building. Looked like a caustic.
That's how we do.
And this game's pretty much over.
Being shot at.
All right, so just kind of try to make evasive maneuvers there. It works out. They're missing. I see him over here. And I stand in the open to do this, but I feel okay doing it. And I just pop my fuse bolt. I know that they're like on the edge of the circle somewhere over here. And they have to rotate. So if I trap them with it
Alone. Pop your brollies.
and spot them, which I do here,
Recharging me
um, it's a great use of the fuse ult here. And it looks like they're alone, so I feel okay. My teammates know where they're at, but I think regardless, and they're flesh.
Knuckle cluster out. Juice in me shield.
I still play it very safe, but pop a bat, and then I just throw grenades over there and hope they die as my teammate pushes. And all right, so a bit of a crazy one, but I think the big takeaways from this one are, if someone commits to something on your team, you kind of have to follow, or else you can fall into this, I don't know, a pretty bad mind state of, kind of washing your hands of the crazy stuff your team does. So if we go back to the Bloodhound, flying in with no information, without even scanning, and I could be like, that's kind of crazy. I'm not going to do that. I don't know what's going on. The Bloodhound likely dies. They might regroup and kill the rest of us. So I think it's important to realize that, if everyone makes the same mistake together, then it's not really a mistake. So a good game to break down. Less positioning stuff, less positioning and rotational stuff, and more kind of just breaking down a couple crazy team fights. I gained some pretty good RP off of that. Did a good amount of damage, but I also thirsted a few people, so it's fine. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe and like the video for more.